Okay, so I bought this rather rusty vintage coffee grinder. What was it? Klugenthal, I think. It's a nice one, but as you can see, this thing is just rusted shut. Won't move. The handle does move, but it's covered in rust. So I'm going to try a couple of DIY solutions, but have a good look at that. And the first one, I'm just going to try putting in a bowl of white vinegar. Let's see. Do that for 2 hours. Okay, so I've got my precision screwdriver. I'm just going to remove these screws here first. And let's see how this goes. Try and do it with one hand as always. Okay. One. That's turning, but it's not moving. Okay. Number 2. Let's see. Okay, another one. Seems to be a bit stubborn. Okay, Google, stop. Okay. Just not coming. Okay. If I can maybe. Yeah, popped it off there. Okay. I'd overlooked this bit. Probably most obvious, the nut. And actually with a bit of force I got it to loosen just without anything else. So there we go, that's done. Let's take this handle off. Okay. Interesting. Maybe I have to. Yep, and with a bit of force, it just came off. Just going lefty loosey. Okay, so I'm not really going to be able to get that off. There's nothing to take it off. Fortunately, this isn't too bad anyway, but there is no screw there. Let's see. Okay. Well, that's what it should look like. And that's what it does look like. Well, at least there might be some difference on the inside now, but let's get that in. Actually, I'm going to put that upside down. May not look as good, but you'll probably get away with less vinegar then. I want to save. So I've decanted some of the distilled white vinegar into a Pyrex jug, as you can see. What have I got there? 350 ml, 2/3 of a pint, let's say. And let's see. Let's get that covered. Okay, so that does actually want to float a bit. I'm going to put a little bit more in. Okay, so that's now submerged. I'll put it face down just to make sure that top is completely under, and actually the whole thing is fully under the vinegar. So let's leave that for about 2 hours and see how it comes out. Remember, this is how it looks going in. Let's see, 2 hours, test. Okay, so while the top is soaking, let's see if we can get this off. Oh, yeah. Alright, I'm going to struggle with one hand. Let's see, let's give this a proper clean down. You know what? I might chuck that in here because it's got rust on it. Looks okay, but hey, why not chop them all in? Let's see if we can get something off. Okay, so this is the mechanism's looking pretty clean under here, but I can take it all off anyway. Just put it in, and this drawer I knew came out, which I could have done first, but this still got someone else's coffee powder because I bought it from the shop like this. Interesting, that's maybe why the drawers are so stiff. It's got these little metal bars to keep it tight, so I'll give this a good clean out and let's see where we're at. I'm actually going to go and give this mechanism clean so I can undo these screws and then see how it comes apart from there. Oh, that is stiff. That's clean. Okay. Let's give that clean. Okay, there's a ball bearing in there, don't want to lose that. And yeah, it's just that shaft. Okay, maybe I should give this a clean. Okay, so I wasn't really planning on doing it, but I ended up scrubbing this top with wire wool because it was very different. Okay, so I wasn't really planning on doing it, but I ended up just taking a bit off and it worked quite well. So I just scrubbed this top part with the wire wool you can see here, and it has come out nicely. I might have taken off maybe a bit of a surface, but it was quite stained, so that's another thing to do. Also now just wetted a cloth, a microfiber cloth in white vinegar. I'm just going to give all the wood surfaces a wipe to disinfect them and give them a bit of a natural clean. And just rubbing all over. Okay, so this has been in for like 40 minutes now, and I've actually been reading some stuff online that making me a little bit concerned about my choice of white vinegar. Some of them say don't use it, some say a few minutes, some say other. So let's have a look. Let me take it out, see if I can get anything off. Okay, that does look like it's done something. I'm gonna try, maybe I'm crazy, try it with the wire wool. Let's just see if we get any. Whoa. That's just one brush with the wire wool and it's coming off. That's getting stuck, but I'm impressed. That's far more than I expected. Let me just try with my plastic brush. It's a bit more of a softer treatment. Oh, and it is coming off. Wow, that's impressive. Okay, so let's keep scrubbing and see what we can get it off. So the main bits have come off here. Oh, still doesn't quite move, but okay, that's fine. Maybe I wanted to rinse it first. It can go back in, I think. Okay, maybe I'll go back to the wire wool for a moment. Let's see. Oh, that seems to be working more. I think I'll rinse it down in a second. You give that a rinse. Oh wow, it's coming off, alright. It's looking pretty good by comparison. Oh yes, and we got some movement. Happy days. There. So I'm just going to keep scrubbing away and see the bits I can get off here. Didn't expect that black stuff, but maybe we can do another treatment on that and just keep scrubbing. Scrub and rinse, I guess. Okay. There's a bit more revealed there. Keep getting this tangled. Yeah, I'm just going to keep on doing that. Okay, so this is it after about 40 minutes in the vinegar and a scrub with wire wool and a brush. It's actually looking pretty good. Still got some black spots on here that I'm probably going to have to treat another way. I'm going to be looking at that now. But it's looking good, and a lot of the rust has come off. Crucially, this now opens, albeit a little bit stiffly, as you can see here. Maybe I'll get some olive oil as a food safe lubricant, but I'm going to keep going. Okay, so this one is quite interesting. I just did another metal piece like this a moment ago, and it seems to have this like green film that just comes off quite easily. Just come out of the vinegar, and let's see. Okay, so let's see. Just going to continue like that. Alright, so with a little bit more scrubbing, yeah, the green's kind of come off, and that's the last piece I'm going to do. I'll just leave these to dry. And so here's a slightly more experimental one. I'm going to clean the top now with a bit of water and mustard powder. Now this is English, Coleman's English mustard, strong stuff. I just noticed this, that I used a dish for this that had a slight mark, some metal tarnishes on it, and after I used it, the dish was so clean. So I'm going to try and add, I've got a teaspoon of mustard powder, add a drop of water, and I'm going to brush it on into a paste like you would with baking soda, but I got mustard powder, so let's see. Okay, so I've added maybe too much water, I'm not sure. Let's see. I'm kind of, maybe a little bit thin. I'm gonna brush it on to all the parts that I think need it. Now let's see if this actually works. I have a feeling that's not enough. Let me add a bit. Just added a bit more. Again, just doing it, eyeballing it, but you can see instantly it's more of a paste. I'm going to add a touch more, right? So this is probably coming out around 2 teaspoons. Let's see. I'd rather it too thick than too watery, right? I don't think it's going to do much harm. Stir. I've definitely got too much. Okay, whatever. And then let's just brush that on. It's got a bit of natural abrasion as well then because of the grains. But let's see. Okay. And I'm going to leave that, I don't know, a couple of hours maybe. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to now leave this. I was a bit foolish. I forgot about these other tarnished items. I haven't put everything in the mustard, but this is brushed with mustard powder and a bit of water. And I'm hoping it's going to have the same effect as baking powder. So this is a bit more of an experimental one.
But I found these results on search.
This is a bit more of an experimental one. So let's see. I'm going to leave it about 40 minutes because I don't really have that much more time anyway. So water and mustard powder for tarnishes to finish off the rust cleaning. Let's see. Okay, so this has been with the mustard paste on it for 40 minutes. Let's move it over to the sink and see. Okay, so this is it. Let's see. Probably want to scrub it a little bit. See if we got any of these tarnishes off, just to make use of some of the abrasion. Okay, let's see. Scrubbing this has done anything. Might not do anything. Don't know. This is what it's about. Try it. Get with a brush first off. Oh, you can still see the black stuff is still there. Maybe needed longer. Maybe it isn't just going to work. But let's see if we can get that in with the wire wool then. Yeah. You see, it's just not really gone anywhere. But hey, it was worth a try. Going to scrub all this off and see how it comes out. That is definitely moving much more smoothly now. I bent it in a bit earlier, but it is moving, as you can probably see, very nicely, just back and forth. Much better. If nothing else, that was the key part for me anyway. Let's rinse it down. Okay, so this is how it's looking after the mustard. Hasn't done a huge amount, but it's got some bits off there. Still got these black tarnishes though. I'm going to have to figure that bit out. Okay, so I'm going to be a bit more patient this time, and then to try and get rid of the tarnish on here. As you can see, it's still black after just pure white vinegar and then some mustard powder. My experiment that didn't really work. I'm going to put in Was it half a tablespoon of baking soda, half a cup white vinegar, and then 1 cup of warm water into this bowl, and I'm going to leave it for 2 hours. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so do that twice. Yeah. Okay, this isn't going to work because it needs to be submerged, so I'm just going to go in all the way. Oh, yeah, that does completely wrong. So half a cup of vinegar, that's only half full. Put that in. That's about half that cup. Been using some fairly unorthodox methods because I'm trying to do it one-handed. Okay. Let's get that in. You see this reacts now. You want to spread that around, get a spoon or brush or something, and then I'm going to add some warm water on top. Okay, I'm going to leave that for a couple of hours. Let's see. Okay, and so here we are about actually 8 hours later. Was it 6? Oh. So here we are about 8 hours later. I just got carried away doing other stuff. I forgot about it, which is probably a good thing. Let's have a look. Okay, interesting. It's definitely got some of its original colour back, but this black stuff has not come off. The tarnish is still there very strongly. But if you look now, again, that just slides around really nicely. I can do it with just my finger. Couldn't even do it with my whole hand area. Okay, great. And then I've got the bits and pieces. I'm going to put it together. You can see the wood looking nice and clean. I am going to put it together and let's have a look.